So the thing is, I would love to do more concerts. Now here's the key. I met with a guy. I played Mar-a-Lago on New Year's Eve with Bobby Rydell and just a few people, right? Oh, you're playing Mar-a-Lago? I said, what am I, a politician or a musician? Yeah, of course. They pay me, I play, right? Call me a mercenary, whatever. So anyway.
But that is actually, too, this whole point of this show. I've watched over the last 11 months, some very, wonderful friends and family members and people that have a left view and people that have a right view have used to be able to come together and have a conversation.
Oh, no,
and now I feel like there's not a divide, it's an actual severance. And people are losing relationships.
Culture. It's horrible.
It is, but you just said it. And I love what you just said because, you are a musician.
That's what I do.
You have a gift, and that's a God-given gift. And so to cancel someone out and say, I can't go play it at their venue because he is a Republican or he is a Democrat, it doesn't coincide with...
That's very dangerous.
It's dangerous and isolating, and
you're alienating half the population.
You're alienating
well,
half
look what's
the population.
happening right now in our business and acting. I go, why don't you just do what you know how to do and stay out of politics?
Yes.
I mean, I don't find you a political animal. Or are you doing it, or are you doing it just to have favor?
Well, my question is, why is your opinion better than the plumber's?
But we
You know as
had...
much about politics as he does. So
Exactly, and then they go like, well, I said, so what do you have, a hotline to the White House? You're an actor. And I got in trouble once. I said, first of all, the last person I'm going to listen to about anything that's intelligent is an actor, okay? Or a musician. I mean,
Corey.
anything, no. But the thing is, there are people that are political animals. That's what they do. The Ben Shapiros, the Charlie Kirk. And by the way, they're all people of faith. Charlie Kirk is part of the, he's not crazy religious. He's not like her, but no,
I'm
she's
not crazy religious.
I know you're not. I know, I'm going to tease you, honey.
Ben's religious. Candace Owens is kind of religious, but I think she's
Yeah, but they're religious in the sense they're people of faith. I don't think they're they're not like Franklin Graham, who I don't think is that crazy either. They're just people that believe in something. So when Charlie Kirk goes out there, and these guys get hammered, man. Ben Shapiro. Yeah. But as you notice, the AOCs of the world won't debate them because they get annihilated. Because these kids are smart. They're opinionated. They don't talk off the top of their head. They're very factual.
Ben and Candace know facts, and they'll come at you with this.
Ben Shapiro offered her, Candace Owen offered her $25,000 to debate, and she wouldn't do it because he would have left her in the room like, because he's really bright. Mm-hmm. He's very fact-oriented. And
makes sense.
And people ask me to go, well, are you? I said, but I've always been conservative. This is not like something that just started in 2016. I've always been a kind of a conservative person, but I'm also a patriot. I love my country. I love freedom of speech.
That's right.
I think people are entitled to do what they do. I just don't like stuff shoved down my throat all the time.
But what do you think? You said freedom of speech. What do you think about what's happening now with all this censorship?
It's horrible. This is what causes civil wars. Yeah. This is the breaking point. Now it's becoming almost like fascism. Mm-hmm. You're telling you can't do this. Okay, some people rely on the internet for their living, or Google or Amazon. So you're going to just cancel their living?
Right.
That's it?
I can't remember the guy's name, but I've listened to Seth Rogen podcast, and they had the ex-guy from the AFL-CIO, or whatever it was, and he said, if you make a law, if you say free speech, we're going to abridge free speech, you have to give that power to somebody. It's not going to be you.
No.
It's going to be somebody in the government. And to give the government the power to curtail speech, you don't know who's going to be in power next week.
You don't.
And that's just horrible.
And
there was a
cancel
big case where the AFL-CIO was defending the Nazis speaking in Georgia in the 60s, whatever. Mm. And they defended him, so they have the right to speak. And he was on Merv Griffin with an African-American gentleman, and he gave his spiel why he's defending him. And the black guy said, yeah, I agree. Why? Because I know Georgia, if you give them the right to stop them from marching, they'll stop us from marching tomorrow.
That's right.
Well, it does go both ways. And that is the whole point. The cancel culture is very dangerous because what you're going to build right now, canceling that Keystone Pipeline, you've put thousands and thousands and thousands of people out of work. Now you get anger. Now all of a sudden it comes from one thing. Now you're messing with my food, my family.
And they're glib about it.
And
they're doing a job making solar panels.
Oh no, but see, this is what causes dissension. every civil war we've had or uprising always starts in little pockets. Like, the Boston Massacre. They all start, the Boston Tea Party, taxation, and it all starts in little things like this. And then it grows. Because what happens is, you notice before, people were afraid, but now people are not afraid to go after Antifa and beat their butt because now they're empowered. Now they're saying, okay, this is war. You're like coming after us.
To that point, though, I was talking to Bob about this morning. I was fortunate enough to travel with my daughter. She went to Oaks Christian, and we took the field trip to Washington D.C. and to George Washington's house, and I signed the Declaration of Independence, and I was a chaperone on this trip. And I stood on the Battle of Gettysburg field.
I've been there.
And when you
Did you
talk
feel
about
the vibe?
chills, I mean,
Oh,
it literally and they were telling stories of men of honor and how if you had your, leg amputated on one side, they'd send you to that side and you'd get healed and you'd go back over. And they just, for me, signing that Declaration of Independence, all of that came to life for me. I sat in history when I was a kid, and I didn't really understand it as much until
heavy.
I was an adult and I went to visit it. And so, having said that, like when you really get a sense of what our forefathers fought for and where we are now,
It's amazing.
How did you feel growing up in Philly where you could walk in Independence Hall and see where they signed and sit in the chairs and climb the
Alfred's
Liberty
Alley,
Bell?
Betsy Ross's house, Carpenter's Hall. And you go, this is where it started.
Yes.
First of all, their brains were more developed than ours because they had no reference. They just thought Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, John Hancock. And the funny thing is, they would be rolling in their grave. A lot of times, like in the last few days, I don't go out that much anymore. So I sit there and watch Netflix. There's a thing called World War II, but it's colorized.
Right.
It's like 10 shows. I'm sitting there going, oh my God, the Battle of Britain, then the Nazis, the people, and just the actual grit.
When that LTV door swings open and you run out into machine gun fire,
You're running right out.
With 30 who the hell's going to do that?
That's it.
But they had to.
Yes, and they
knew,
did it.
And they knew that, you might not make it.
Right.
So when I look at these young boys that they were 18, 17, 19 years old, and they fought for something, and for me, and I don't really care, when I see someone desecrating the flag, I say, do you understand how bad that is? Okay, you don't have to agree with, you could be whatever you want, but to actually do that and think about all the good people, just drive by in Westwood.
Forest Lawn.
Or go there, look at all those crosses.
In the military, you'll never see a veteran do that. They won't.
Oh no, in my day in Philadelphia, if you did that, that would not have been good because everyone was a World War II Corvette and they would have pulled over and it would have not been pretty. So we've had to have Corey smile at them. They go, no, please.
Oh, please. That doesn't work. I can't even keep a husband. How's someone I don't know gonna? I want to say thank you for coming out. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for speaking that over me. Watch and listen to new episodes of The Coriolis Effect with me, Corey Oliver, every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and most other podcast distribution apps. We have fascinating guests from the entertainment, business, music, faith, and other industries who talk about their lives, opinions, beliefs, and upcoming projects. That's The Coriolis Effect with me, Corey Oliver.